you think, what you want, but you weak. And we was in the field manifesting all our dreams. And please don't try to play like you own when you weak. Don't stun no money flow when it change like the leaves.
See, I know what you think, what you want, but you weak. And we was in the field manifesting all our dreams. And please don't try to play like you own when you weak. Don't stun no money flow when it change like the leaves. Several benefactors from niggas.
So I guess we really want to start at the beginning and kind of even what is biochar aside from
Okay,
hemp.
cool. Let's jump into it.
So if you could explain that.
Yeah, let's jump into it. I mean, biochar is essentially charcoal, and it's created from any biological substance, and that's put through a process. When it's put through the process, it's let me restart. Okay, let me start over from biochar. All right, so biochar is a charcoal, and all right,
go.
so biochar is essentially a charcoal, and it's used in a couple of different ways, but it's created from any once living biological thing. I mean, so we're talking biomass from trees, usually trees, coconut husk, bamboo stalk. A lot of plants are used as biochar, and it's has a maybe a myriad of uses because as charcoal, just like regular charcoal, it can replace fossil fuels. So using biomass from the plants as they grow and pull in the carbon, when they pull in the carbon, you the plants die, they deteriorate, turn into that's usually biomass when they die out. But when you put it through the process of pyrolysis, which is heating it like in an oven without burning it directly, then you can remove the gases. It kind of just condenses all the gases out of the biomass structure. So whatever you're using to heat up, you heat that up, and then what is the end result is going to be biochar, usable product. Does that explain, or was that a little too much
And then,
word?
like,
I could boil it down.
So that I understand, but for the listener, let's break down like an application. So just like with installation, I think that the most important thing that we kind of talked about was that pink stuff and kind of putting a visual on it where people can see in their homes or in their lives where they've encountered this before.
Right.
So mainly the use here is to regenerate soil, to act as a filter in water,
when you
as
talk
well
about uses,
as to absorb oil and water, or just
when you
oil.
talk about uses,
We'll go on.
you
Just
could
let's
talk
talk about
about
uses.
your Brita
Yeah.
filter. Your Brita filter is made with activated. Your Brita filter
Right.
filters
Exactly.
water with activated carbon. So biochar, when done correctly,
Yeah. Beyond just water filtering. Mhm. No, I was saying beyond just water filtering, ordinary filters in Europe, they use them in what do you call this? Air conditioning
Right.
filters, cigarette filters. I've seen with activated carbon as well. Some people swear by it as being a better filter than traditional sponge filters, as we know in the United States. So not just water,
And
there's all types of filtration benefits
when you
for
look at
gases.
how it's broken down and what actually comes about, I mean, it's straight carbon. That's why when you have something that's straight carbon, you drop it, it'll sound like glass hitting against each other. It'll it has very distinct properties as biochar. You can bite into it and it'll taste like nothing because carbon doesn't taste like anything. So it's very, very unique and absorbative. So
Right.
outside of just a filter for the air, the water, how about the soil? When we look at soil, so there's a couple of uses I found, honestly, that was pretty interesting in the research with biochar, and how it divulges into so many different uses. And the thing is, why we want to use hemp for biochar is because hemp, when during its grow life cycle, it pulls in 4 times more carbon than trees. So an acre of hemp is researched to pull in 4 times more carbon than a forest, than a forest the same size. So with that being the case, you have trees being used as biomass feedstock for creating biochar, but hemp would actually be, in my opinion, based on what they're saying is a result of the growth cycle, would be a prime feedstock because it has pulled in so much carbon just to grow. You know what I mean? So I think that's why it's going to surpass other feedstock as um, a really
Mm.
dominant, useful biochar component when it comes to weight. Because when you look at biochar, you're usually taking wood and you're breaking it down. You maybe get 30% of the wood after you put it through the process I just described, where you would get the biochar from it. But with hemp, there's a chance that you're going to get way more carbon because it needs to pull in more carbon to grow. If that makes any sense, you know?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
no. In terms of benefits,
We can talk benefits, man. We can talk benefits. Like,
We process hemp seed, stalk, and fiber into a myriad of carbon-negative materials, all to create planet-positive products. Our dependence on unsustainable resources is not slowing down. We need to rely on hemp now more than ever, or we'll all end up like this. In times like these, you should knock on hemp. Visit our website to learn more about what we can do with hemp. Follow us at Knock on Hemp